Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Nice. Let's get this video started. So, then not bringing you a video on Monster Hunter today. I'm bringing you a video on Tower Fantasy, which is the game I've been playing over the last few days. I've been playing it a lot, been really busy playing this game. Because I've actually been pretty addicted. So if real quick, if you just want the TLDR, basically I like the game. I'm cautiously optimistic. We'll see how things go forward, are going in the future. But so far, I like the game a lot. I'm really enjoying it, and would highly recommend you at least try it out. It is a free-to-play game after all. Now, if you want some more detailed stuff, let's start with what Tower Fantasy is. The Tower Fantasy is a action combat MMORPG. It is a gacha game. If you don't know what that means, it means it's a gambling game. So for the weapons, you have to do through a gambling system. You pull for them. Now this can be done in currency you earn in-game, or you can spend money on this. So you could argue there's some pay to win there, or there's definitely some pay to win there, I guess I should say, because there is PvP in this game. I haven't tried it out yet, but there is PvP. I don't know how pay to win the PvP is. These things are like sort of, I don't know anything about the PvP. But purely as, from PvE perspective, I'm enjoying the game a lot. The game does seem at least more free-to-play friendly than Genshin Impact, which isn't exactly a very high bar, but compared to Genshin Impact, this game is definitely way more free-to-play friendly. That said, I don't know how things are going to be going in the future. We'll have to see. And maybe my opinions will change once I maybe start trying out the PvP, but we'll see about that later. Yeah, so far I'm doing a lot, but let's sort of get into the combat first, I guess. So the combat, at first I definitely thought it was like super simplistic, pretty basic, basically just left click spamming. I gotta say, the more I spent time playing, and the more I sort of tried to experiment with my different weapons and different things, there's a lot more depth to it than I initially thought. And I gotta say, the Fantasia, which is the perfect dodge system, where if you dodge an attack just right, you get a time dilation bubble that slows the enemies down. Feels really, really good. It feels really good to pop that, and especially since you get your weapon charge, you get a bar weapon charge. It feels really good to pop that, and then pop on your weapon charge, just do big damage. Feels really good. But yeah, there's a lot more depth to combat than I initially thought or expected there to be. Especially there's some pretty cool strats you can do with certain weapons, like you can see in the background footage here. I'm using that hammer, and I've got a staff on my offhand. Well, one thing you can do with the hammer is you can actually see it right now. There's like a little updraft that I put on the ground that like restores a bar of your dodge whenever you dodge into it. So one thing I like to do with the hammer is basically just put that updraft down, switch to a different weapon, and then just spam dodge attacks. It's really fun. And I've also got a 4-star staff that dodge attacks heal you. So one of my strats for healing is to put down the updraft, switch to the electric staff for healing, and then just spam dodge attacks in and out of that updraft to spam healing, right? And it's just little things like that, little interactions, and different combos. And although there's not much in the variety of combos, there's each weapon has sort of its own like just left click spam attacks, and then points to where you want to hold attacks, which different weapons have different hold attacks, and they do different things, and yeah, yada yada yada. The point is, there's just more depth to the combat than I thought there was, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty enjoyable. I kind of wish there was a bit of an element system like there was in Genshin, where you hit an enemy with an element, it puts an element on them, and then you could do stuff there. But it is what it is. But yeah, I like the combat. The combat is good. I enjoy it. It's fun. Now, moving into non-combat stuff. So again, I talked about the spending stuff already. But the game does look fairly free-to-play friendly. Every day you get one of the gold wishes, and you get 3 of the dark wishes, which aren't very good. But you do get at least 1 wish every day, which is at least better than Genshin Impact. And you get some premium currency from your weeklies, and it seems like the game is pretty good on that front, right? And not to mention the fact that once you get an SSR weapon, which is the highest rarity, you can buy duplicates of it from the in-game shop, and so you don't have to get duplicates of it, right? because the game does have a system where it has the weapons have a star rating, and then you need to basically feed duplicates into it to increase the star rating, right? But you don't actually have to get those via gambling. You can buy them in the store, although for the SSRs it does take quite a bit of currency to do so. But yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. Now, getting into some stuff I didn't like, the story blows. The story honestly just blows. And most of the dialogue is kind of bland. Some of the story sections are incredibly tedious and boring. The story is by far the worst part of this game. But honestly, I think the exploration, which is kind of the next point I want to talk about, really makes up for it. You don't really have to spend too much time or too much brain cells engaging with the story. But you can spend a lot of time just roaming around the world. There's tons of stuff to collect. Some of the stuff isn't completely unlocked yet, which is kind of annoying. Like, some of the loot is not available yet, which is really annoying, but yeah, I get why they're doing it. But, you know, there's tons of stuff. The world, it's quite beautiful. I do like the game's art style and the design they've gone for. It's quite good. And like I said, I do like how the world looks. And I don't really know much about the lore they're setting up. It seems kind of, if I'm being honest, meh. I haven't really paid too much attention to it. I kind of got bored and zoned out pretty early. But I have enjoyed just simply roaming in the world and gathering loot. Especially, you know, some things where you get interact with the players and the world bosses. I've only actually killed one of them, and I got stomped by the other. I mean, I was by myself, so, you know, big surprise there, right? I do wish there was some, maybe there is some sort of matchmaking for the world bosses. There probably is, and I just missed it. But getting into that, I do want to get us into some of the other stuff, like some of the stuff you see me doing now, and what I presume is going to be the end game. I have obviously not anywhere close to being in the actual end game. I don't know what kind of stuff to expect, but things like the ruins and stuff like that, or not the ruins, but the what are they called? Like the multiplayer instances, or the multiplayer like dungeon things. I kind of wish they had a bit more meat to them. They're kind of short, and it's like kind of you go in and you kill a couple mobs and you kill a boss and you leave. I kind of wish there was just a little bit more to them. Maybe there's some more raid style content once I get to a higher level, but so far, again, I'm low level, but it's not looking like there's a whole bunch to the end game at the moment. Like I said, I may just simply not be high enough level to do it yet, right? So I'll reserve judgment on that for now. But I really hope there's some actual, like, proper, like, you know, raid style end game for this. It is an MMORPG after all, so, you know, I don't feel like that's too much to ask. But yeah, cautiously optimistic, I think, is the best way to describe how I feel about the game at the moment. Is, you know, I'm enjoying it, I'm having a ton of fun, but I'm not sure how long this is going to last. But yeah, I'm again cautiously optimistic that I'm going to enjoy the game for a while. And I think that's where I'm going to leave off this video for today. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to keep making tower fantasy videos. Might make a few here and there, but I definitely want to get back to making some Monster Hunter content, at least next, right? Maybe this video pops off, I'll focus just a little bit more on tower fantasy, but I am starting to miss Monster Hunter. I've been playing a lot of tower fantasy. I am missing Monster Hunter. So yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. I will catch you guys in the next video. Till then, take it easy and have a good one, everybody.